talk animal testing to me.
Okay, so I've done a lot of meeting with scientists, I've done a lot of digging around, and what I found out is that it's an archaic and ineffective way to test for medical research, and this is hidden from the public.
How do you mean it's hidden from the public?
Well, it's the scientists who have put their reputations over sort of maybe 20, 30 years for claiming that it benefits medical research have obviously got a lot to lose if they admit that they have been going down the wrong avenue of research and using all these, animals like monkeys and dogs and mice. It's a big thing for them to sort of turn around and say they got it wrong in the light of evidence, which is now empirically proven that an animal cannot predict for the human body. The other reason it's hidden is because it's a commercial activity worth billions of pounds, and the government and obviously those very, very powerful commercial organisations don't want it to stop because it's about money.
Norman Baker says he does want it to stop. He's the minister in charge. Do you think he'll get it to stop?
I think he's got a big call. I think he's on the right line, and in fact, the strategy the UK strategy for life sciences that the government launched in 2011 say that they want to make the UK life sciences a global leader, and the only way to do that and to be competitive with the rest of the world is to abandon the animal model. So there is a huge economic argument in terms of us being competitive in a global market for abandoning it, because at the moment 95% of drugs that are tested on animals do not work on humans. So the drug pipeline production is failing drastically, and our big pharmaceutical companies around the world, not just in the UK, are failing commercially, and money is, if you think about, for one drug to be produced by AstraZeneca, it costs £5.7 million, and that's because of all the drugs that they tried that looked like they worked in animals and didn't work in humans. So it's a failing economic model to keep going with animal testing, whereas there's already huge moves, say, in America, in the Wyss Institute, who have invented technology that not just, it actually is so much better. It predicts for the human response because they have got, for instance, they've got the human organs on a chip, and that means that you can predict for the human response. So, they all say it's a dysfunctional research method to continue with the animal model. Put aside the welfare issues, it fails people. And just to pick up, if I may, on a point that Tom Holder said, he talked about the abandonment of animal testing would be a reckless thing to do in safety drug testing. But there's a great example of a new technology called SkinU, which uses real human skin and immune cells and to test the safety of a drug. If that had been used in 2006 instead of animals, those 6 men, I don't know whether you remember the Northwich Park incident.
I don't.
Where, in 2006, there were 6 very healthy young men used in a clinical trial for a new drug. And it had been used on animals and it didn't seem to harm them. And then it was used in a very small dose on these 6 healthy young men. And they had to fight for their lives because their organs packed in. And some of them were damaged irreparably. It was in the news at the time. Now, the animals didn't have any harm, but SkinU, if they'd used SkinU, and the people who run the business who have produced SkinU, say that wouldn't have happened because they would have been able to predict that it would harm a human. So it's actually irresponsible to continue using animals as a safety thing, saying you'll protect humans in clinical trials, if you understand.
Alex, thank you very much indeed. Alex, he says